Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, what's up? I am Alyssa. I do makeup tutorials here and thank you for being here. Hope that you like and subscribe before you leave. So, today I'm going to do my everyday kind of go-to makeup look. And that's why I am barefaced, and I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. We are close up and personal. Didn't press record when I did my primer, but I used the Smashbox photo finish and I put it in like T-zone pore filled areas. And then now I'm going to go in with foundation. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in shade 112. And what I like to do is just pour a slight amount onto my hand. I used to have a palette that I used to put this on, but I lost it. So, and then I like to take my sponge and just start building my coverage up. Hide all those imperfections. And this is going to be a little trick that I like to do. I like to go layer by layer. I don't like to go in too heavy the first time. I just kind of like to get some foundation laid first, and I see like, okay, I see what I need, and then I build it up with a little bit more in my problem areas, so kind of like around my cheeks, my chin, where I have a little breakouts, just to kind of add that extra coverage, if I might say. Just kind of give me the full coverage glam I'm looking for, even though this is more of a medium to full coverage glam, as I'm gonna call it, because I could go more intensely, but then I also could go a lot lighter, you know, if that makes any sense. I see that my forehead needs a little help, and then if you ever get like too much foundation in your sponge, just take it on your hand and just go boom, 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 boom. Or be extra like me and pull out another sponge. Yeah, I got lots of them. Because you can never have too many sponges. Because sometimes you forget to wash them. Or you left one and you need another. Just whatever. I like to be high maintenance. And I'm just going to take whatever excess is left and blend it down my neck. Can y'all see those bruises? Oopsies. And I gotta talk about where those are from. Awesome, 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 awesome. And if anybody wants to know, those are just bruises. I don't want that in there. I'll cut that out. Blend, 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 blend. I am the queen of blending foundation. I think that your foundation, concealer, powder, it's kind of like the whole entire base. You can do that well and good, you're set. You don't need to worry about your makeup. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it makes your makeup perfect, but it helps. And then I'm going to go in, if I can find, tried and true, trusty love, Tarte Shape Tape. Now y'all are gonna see just how extra your girl goes. Super duper extra. I like my full coverage. And I have some dark circles. Partly because I'm bad at sleep, and also because it runs in my family. So, yeah. 2 reasons. One I can control, one I can't, you know, life. And then I like to do a little X on the chin, hit that Cupid's bow, the little down the nose, get that in there, and then the forehead. And this is my thing that I got from Miss Jaclyn Hill, who always says she'll never stop highlighting her forehead because it really shapes the face, and I really think it does. Highlighting the forehead really helps when you're doing a full glam because, you know, it just, like, you have that contour and it just gives you that definition. So I like to do my eyes, my under eyes last, because I don't know if it's in my head or not, but when I let it sit a little bit, it just is more full coverage. It might be in my head, it might actually be real, who knows? I'm gonna still do it. Who knows why? You know, just kind of let it sit, and I don't even let it sit for long. I just apply the other ones, blend them in, boom, concealer. And we are just doing, you know, the OG tapping motions. We all know these things. If you do makeup, you do these, because that's just what we do. Awesome, awesome. Get it all good. Those creases. Awesome. So I accidentally, like, ripped one of my sponges, but it comes in handy when it comes to powder, because I put on loose powder with a dry sponge. Dry, I know. Hard to believe. People like to use damp ones, but I like it dry. I just think that it really just keeps the powder how you want it. And I don't know if anybody can notice how light this Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder is. I definitely got it in a shade too light. I got it in 05 thinking I was pale enough. I'm not. So I can only use this under the eyes. It doesn't flash back. But if I did put it under to set my whole face, I'd look like a little ghosty. But to bake, it does its job. You know, can't complain. It does what's right. And I just love this. I've had it for a minute. There's still so much powder left. It's just really good. It's got a interesting smell though. I don't know what it is. It reminds me of like something from like my childhood. And then I take my Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth. This one's in 120 Classic Ivory. And again, I take that same sponge and just, you know, set the face. Because I am an oily girl. And honey, we don't want to be looking like an oil slick in like an hour. Because I will if I do not do a good amount of setting. And that's just not a good look, as we all know. Really pressing it into the skin. And again, I am extra, and we'll take some on a brush, if I can get it on the brush. I just like to go in. This is like a total face brush from e.l.f. I got it so long ago. I think it was like $3. I could not live without this thing. I really couldn't. I use it for my powder every single time I do my makeup. I use it, I used to use it as a bronzer brush for a minute. We're gonna dust this bag away while we're at it. I used to use it as a bronzer brush for a minute until I got this brush by Wet n Wild. I have no idea which one it is. I don't know if it had a name on it to begin with, but if it did, it's gone. And I just I don't know, I just love this for bronzer. Some people like to use big brushes, not a problem with that, but I like the more loose brushes for bronzer. I think it just kind of does its job. Go down the neck. Boom, my necklace is falling. Awesome, awesome. And now we're gonna bronze using that bronzer brush that I said I loved and I can't find. There it is. So we're taking the Rimmel Natural Bronzer in 021 Sunlight. And this is a very buildable bronzer. So like you can really get in there. And it doesn't even pick up that much pigment. Like it's pigmented, but like watch. It's not gonna be like in your face. It's like subtle. Which I like because like I said, as you can tell, I'm pale. And with bronzers, when you go in a little, it's easy to go in too heavy-handed when you're pale, especially because it's got that warm tone, because I really do like to add that warmth back to my face before I contour, because my contour can get like really harsh sometimes. I just kind of like to add this warmth, and I feel like it shapes my face a little bit, and it makes me look like I go outside on a regular basis in the daytime where there's sun, instead of staying in the house all day until like 7 o'clock at night when there's no sun, you know. But I'm also a huge believer in heat protectant, not heat, sun protectant, and staying out of the sun, because the sun is bad for your skin. People will tell you whatever. I am a light girl. I burn easily, so I don't like to go in the sun. And then I'll even take it a step further and just kind of blend down the neck. Blend, blend. Just even everything out. And as you can see, just a nice little bronze. I don't want it to go too intense, because I do go a little heavy with the contour. Now this brush, I believe is from Crown. I think I got it in a BoxyCharm or an Ipsy once, back when I subscribed to them. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild contouring palette. You know, obviously it's loved. I need a new one, but I forget to buy one every time that I go and buy more makeup, you know. We're just cutting those cheeks today. And I know that's like harsh, but just hold on. I'm not gonna leave it that way, I promise. I even hit the forehead, because your girl got a huge forehead and these baby hairs. Whew, girl. That's the suckiest thing about growing when your hair grows back out, because my hair did fall out at one point, actually twice. It happened at the beginning, well, summer before senior year, and then about 3 months ago I had some bald spots. But what I do is I have to go to the doctor and I have to get injections in my head, steroid shots, to stimulate hair growth. I have, you know, curly-ish wavy hair now, and if you saw me before, I had pretty straight hair, and this is like thick. So I'm also like, I don't know what to do with this, because straight hair is just not what I'm used to, and it's just really weird for me to, I mean curly hair, it's weird for me not to have straight hair, you know? You know, like when you grow up with something, and then you have to like start over new, and you're like, wow. Yeah. Also, this is a little bit of a chit chat, kind of get ready with me, I think. I don't know, this is like, my channel's new, and I feel like I should tell you about me so everybody kind of gets to know me. And ba-bam, blended to the gods. getting a little oily here. So let's go back in and fix that. Excuse me. It's the weather. I am here in Florida, and yesterday was a little warm. Day before, a little warm. Today has like 64. You know, normal, I guess. I don't know. They say it's normal for Florida, or I think this is just our normal weather pattern. I don't have time for this bipolar stuff. I don't like this. So we're gonna do eyebrows and eyeshadow now, and let me just scooch y'all in a little bit closer. Alright, we are all up and close and personal now. What I like to do, which people don't really do usually, and you don't have to, but foundation gets on my brows, so I kind of like to take some powder. Just make sure there's nothing wet there. And then for brows, we're gonna start off with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in brunette. Just making sure this is my new one, because I cleaned out my makeup the other day. I kind of organized it. I just make sure I put the right one back, because I have an old one. I don't know why. I think because I forgot what shade I was, so I kind of kept it. And so for brows, I'm going to start by just brushing them up. I definitely need to get them done, but you know, we'll figure it out. We make it work anyways. And I'm just kind of like lining the bottom, then brushing it in. And then I brush down the top to do the top. Whew. This light is bright. Oh my gosh. And then just do the same thing on the top. Just kind of line where the top of my brow is. Kind of overline in this area, because I don't really have an my camera. I don't really have an arch in my brows. Wow, my camera won't steady. Don't you hate that when your camera won't steady? Okay, that worked. I don't really have an arch in my brow, so I kind of cheat and I make my own. You know. Who cares? And then I'm going to continue it and vavoom. I like to just double checky, do a few little feather-like strokes, add my strokes up here, and yeah. I could stop here. If I was just going out kind of quick, didn't want to do crazy full glam, I'd stop right here. But if I don't want to, I take my Anastasia Powder Duo in Taupe, and I'm going to take some of this shade, and we're just going to kind of brush that through. I like to do this because I feel like it makes my brows like pop. It gives the darkness that I want, and it also like kind of softens it because it's like powdery. And then I'll take the light shade over here and do that, and kind of take this one towards the beginning of my brows and kind of merge the two. And I know we're looking a little blocky, but don't worry. When I use concealer to clean it up, it gets all done there. Alright, so that is how I do this brow. I'm going to do the other one off camera to save time. And yeah, when I come back, I will be fully browed and ready for eyeshadow. Alright, so we're back up close and personal. This brow came out a little heavy, so I had to kind of even this one out, but I didn't skip the brow gel part and the concealer, because these are my two favorite parts about doing my brows. And sorry if the fan's a little loud, it's just really hot in my room today, probably because of this light. I don't know. They're not having the best brow day of their lives. But we are going to let that brow gel dry. And actually, I don't really think I need to conceal today. So I'm just going to kind of carve the bottom out when I use my eye primer by Essence, the I Love color. This stuff is amazing. Who recommended this? Rach Loves? Yes, she said that she loved this primer, and I see why. It works good, you know? Not flicking you off. I'm so used to using that finger when I blend things in with my finger. I don't know why, but yeah, I think to myself like, oh, you're on camera, Alyssa, and to them it looks like you're like low-key flicking them off. Yes. Random. So yeah, I like to blend this primer in with my fingers. Yeah, awesome, all blended. And then take my trusty little blending brush from Wet n Wild, and I'm just gonna take my setting powder that I used and just set. Really get that powder in there and just kind of make sure everything is nice and smooth, you know, just so that everything's together, because we really want a clean base. So I have this problem with foundation separating here and between my nose and Cupid's bow. And I just want to know, like, does anybody else have that problem? And what do you do to prevent that? I just rather didn't contour my nose. So we're just going to take my little brush and just boom. Boom. Easy contour. And then we're going to take my favorite blending brush ever, the Morphe M441. Cannot wait for the day where I mention a Morphe palette and I can say, hey, use my discount code. Or anything. I don't know. I know that sounds so bad, but I love Morphe, and I want them to know that I love them. Like, I don't even care. Like, a discount code would be cool, because, like, everybody who's, like, somebody has a discount code with Morphe, and, like, I want to be somebody. Alright. So, taking my 25B. What am I going to do today? What should I do today? Yeah, we're going to do my go-to, so I'm going to do my favorite eye look. So we're going to start off with this shade as a transition. And I coat my brush. Tap off that excess. Because, you know, Morphe shadows are pigmented. So I like to just take this in the crease, close to the brow bone, just back and forth, windshield wiper motions, as Nicole Concealio would say. And I'm going in with like a super duper light hand, because you don't really want to go too much, you know? You just want to be light. And this is so close to my skin tone. You can just see that my lid's got a tad bit like darker. And I just do this because you need a soft transition shade. And then, next one is going to be, I'm gonna go with this grayish tone right here. And just a little bit. You can see these shimmers, like, I use and abuse them. I love them so much. And again, just lightly in the crease, adding some definition. This is a really like muted grayish tone shadow, and when I use my more like reddish burgundy colors, I like this because I just feel like it adds it. And then what I'm taking next is I'm going to be taking this shade, and this is going to coat my brush like insane. Tap that excess off. And then we are just going to lightly start placing it here a little bit, but then also blending this to the max. And I'm sorry if this video is kind of long. I just really wanted to be detailed in what I was doing, and I wanted you guys to really know the steps and my process of this, because I think I like makeup tutorials a little bit when they really go in depth, especially, you know, especially on eyeshadows. Like, eyeshadows can be a hard thing to do if you're a beginner. I know it took me a while to like learn blending, and I still have a lot to learn. Like, do not get me wrong, I am nowhere near an expert. But if I look at pictures of me like 6 months ago, I see a crazy impact in how different my makeup game is, my eyeshadow blending. And everybody says, oh, it's just about the products you use, it's about the brushes you use, which is true. But I think you can make it work. Like, I have, hold on, if I still have it, I might not. I might not, where is it, looking in my makeup drawer. Oh, I do. This was my first eyeshadow palette, and this is the e.l.f. Need It Nude. As you can tell, it's been used, I've hit pan. These are pretty decent quality eyeshadows. I mean, I love them, but that's like a $10 palette, and it's so versatile. So it's kind of like saying you don't need a popular or a high-end demand brand palette or anything like expensive. It's just all about the effort you put in and how much you want the eye look to work, you know? Alright, so last shade I'm going to use for the crease is going to be this one. I love this shade. Like, let me just, like, excuse me? Who told you you could slay like that? Let's just put it on the shoulder, like, do a Tarte swatch moment. Like, look at that. That's so beautiful. I live for this shade. And I'm going to go back with my Wet n Wild brush. And I do not go heavy with this shade. Like, that's like 3 taps. Super pigmented. Tap off that excess. Come on, guys. It's 2018. Like, see? It's, like, gone. But it's still, the pigment is still real. It's there, you know. It is very, very there. God, geez. I cannot get rid of this cough. 2 weeks I've had it. Almost. And yeah, I'm just placing this shadow with this brush on the very outer edge of my lid and crease. And I go back in with my Morphe brush. And you see, I'm using like 2 brushes. Again, you don't need like 12 brushes to have an eyeshadow look. Is it preferred and fun? Yeah, it is. And I do plan to get there. But I'm also on a budget, you know? Like, do I wish I could go into Ulta or Sephora or even online and just buy like $100 worth of makeup or buy new brushes? I just can't. Not everybody can do that, you know? And that's perfectly fine. Like, I've built my makeup collection up very high, and I'm proud of it. I really am. You know, I have a lot of stuff. I started off with a lot less, and now I'm here. And, you know, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for gift cards and Christmas money, but I also worked my butt off. I had jobs that suck. Ooh, that's my camera. Just so that I could make money. And I dealt with that because you know, you need money to survive. And I also wanted to be able to treat myself. So I kept like that, like, working, and I worked hard, and I was like, I'm gonna suffer through this, I'm not gonna like this job, but it's whatever, because in the long run, I can treat myself and buy myself new makeup, you know? Okay, little rant over. Shimmers. I don't know which one I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna use this one today, and I like to do these with a brush sometimes, but then also, like, your finger is also amazing. I feel like the warmth of your finger, again, could all be in my head. Just kind of adheres the shadows, and it just kind of works. So we're just gonna be like weird because I put it on the wrong hand for this eye, but we're just gonna go into this and va-voom, bam, all done. And then I take my blending brush, make sure that that's still there, and this is just simple look for me. I love the swatch on my shoulder, it's so funny. And then I'm just going to take my transition shade, and then I'm going to take a little bit of this shade and just run it underneath the lash line, because lower lash line makeup, I don't think it's important. Like, you know, you do you. Makeup has no rules. But I didn't like to do it for a while. I was like, no, this looks stupid. Why would I put makeup underneath my lash line? And then I started doing it. Changed my life. I love the way it looks on my eyes. I don't know if that's just a personal preference, or it's my eye look, or my eye shape, but I can't do eye makeup anymore without it. It just is amazing. And it really adds that definition. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And that's all I do. I'm gonna hold off on lashes, and then we're gonna do highlight stuff. But first, I like to be extra and just, you know, first dust if there's any fallout. And then I like to take my powder again, because again, I am an oily girl. I like to be set. I like to make sure my makeup is staying. But I have a trick. I would take it on the brush, pat it into the skin a little bit. Again, breakage with foundation right here. I don't know if maybe it's just like my skin not working, or like wanting to stay there. But it's weird. Alright, now that I feel like I'm powdered, I like to take just like 2 squirts of my NYX matte finish, like, and then just take a sponge and just press it in a little bit. I feel like I used to use Fix Plus for this, but my skin's been really oily lately, so I can't really use any moisturizing setting sprays. So I've just been doing this method, and it just kind of melds those powders in. Alright, so today for highlight, I'm doing my little duo that I usually do. And that's going to be the Essence Pure Nude and Maybelline Master Chrome. See, now this gold is a tad little dark for me. So what I like to do is be in no way sparingly with my Essence Pure Nude. It's a little extra, while my face still got some dampness to it, you know? And I just pile her on. Like, I pile her on. It is a miracle that I have not hit pan. Like, you see this? You kind of see this little, like, it's a miracle. This highlighter is like $5. I've had it forever. I've used it a lot, and I haven't hit pan. I had Rodeo Drive, but I just had a little bit left, and then it broke, and my whole world shattered, which is so overdramatic. But anybody who's watching this who knows me in real life, they're like, girl, that isn't even overdramatic for you. Now we're gonna take some Master Chrome, which I lost for like 3 days. It was in the bottom of one of my makeup drawers, and I was like, how did you get there? And we gonna go light. We're not even like swirling, we're just tapping. Because I love the blind, and we're still tapping off that excess, because I love the blindiness that this highlight provides. Like, you ready? Ooh, it just adds even more intensity. But if I go too heavy-handed, when I look straight, it kind of has like a goldish not cute toned. So, like, you know, like medium skin tone girls, when you use too light of a highlight, it gives you like this gray vibe. Well, it gives me like a orangey vibe. Really going in. Hit the nose again. I need to get this foundation off my lips. You know, but yeah. Let's just, you know, this is so not great, but I like to just kind of let it blend in a little bit, because I like to have my lips be popping. Alright, now that we are highlighted, I'm going to take my L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Shout out to Tarte for telling me to go buy this because she loves it, and I've bought in 3 tubes now because I love it that much. Let's get these eyelashes on point. Like, we're not messing around today. This mascara, it just does that. Like, it just does that, you know? I don't even know how to explain it other than the fact that you put this on your lashes and your life has changed. Switch it up, do the other eye. Same thing. We've all put on mascara before. No difference here. You know, just normal things, you know? I'm gonna die. But not really. I'm just extra and super duper over dramatic. And now I'm just gonna, like, touch my lower lash line. Like, huh, that's it. Huh. Because I don't really, I mean, yes, I like lower lash line mascara. But I also rub my eyes a lot. And I go like, you know, like that. And it kind of makes it all smudgy. That's a personal fault. Y'all, I forgot blush. It's okay. I don't wear blush every day. I started to incorporate it more into my routine. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay in Party, by the way. And I don't know, ever since I got this blush, I like to incorporate it more. Just a tad. And because I'm so extra, blend. Because I just kind of like to add a little bit of rosy because I get red already. So, you know. Awesome. What am I going to wear for lips today? BRB. I need to find a lipstick. Back. Okay. Lips and moisturized. I found my lipstick. I'm going to do MAC and Spirit. I wear this way too much. I love it. I think it goes with so many of my favorite eye looks. So, sorry. I just love it. Messed up. This is what happens when you lose your liner that goes with this look. With this lipstick. And you still want to wear it. This is one of my oldest tricks. Take an edge of a beauty blender and just fix those edges. It's not super duper even. When is it ever? You know, it's fine though. It's fine. Awesome. So, last but not least, let's set this face and I'll be back with the final look. Alright. Alright, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will subscribe and leave a like and comment on this video, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, lovelies!